Are you tired of being overcharged and forced into paying a monthly subscription for your Mac and Windows software? Well, if you are, currently we're having a 50% off discount on all the latest Mac and Windows software, such as AutoCAD, SolidWorks, Photoshop, Microsoft Office, and much more. Our 50% off discount will be ending soon.
So be sure to text Ready to Buy, that's Ready to Buy, to the number on the screen. Starting pricing for low-end software, $100. And starting pricing for high-end software, $500.
We aim to please, so expect 24/7 technical support, the latest premium software, instant software links delivered to your email, and PayPal's buyer's protection guarantee.
So let's talk about the earthquake and the eclipse, shall we? First of all, by a show of hands, or by a show of whatever, how many of y'all actually felt the earthquake? Because I did, but I know a lot of people that didn't. So how many of y'all felt that earthquake? Aline Workfield said Kendrick did control verse and has no intention of apologizing to anyone. Correct. Because he shouldn't. Because that's not what you do in hip hop. Excuse me. Pardon me. Drake and Meek Mill had their thing. And then I think, didn't they patch it up? But there was no apologies for, I don't remember Drake apologizing for that joint that he did. You know what I mean? And that's Drake. That's Drake. Like Drake is, come on. Come on. Oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Why should two black guys ditch each other? Because it's a fucking sport. Because it's fucking, you know what I mean? It's part of some hip hop shit. It's part of lyrically showing, who's the wittier, more crafty one. It's not like these guys are gonna take it to the street and all of that. Obviously, if he's having nightmares over this shit, imagine if he fucking put his hands on, like, come on. So it ain't gonna be none of that type of shit. So please, Thulsa Doom. That's like saying, why does your last name have to be Doom? Fuck out of here. Anyway. Wait, are you saying something? We are past that stage in hip hop. These two didn't come up in that environment of hip hop. Who says we're past that stage in hip hop? Who decided that? Because that's some bullshit. And you don't have to come up in an environment to be aware of a certain environment, to be educated on environment. They both have older mentors, Dr. Dre, motherfucking Jay-Z. So what are we talking about here, sir? But thank you. What you say, Zambia? That little control verse wasn't spitting venom enough, though. He's right about that, too. What's there to apologize for? The short guy literally says, I got love for you all. Etc. Let's not act like it was hit him up. None of this shit is hit him up. And if Pac was alive, he'd have been like, man, that's what I said it. That's how I felt at the time. You know what I mean? Even if motherfuckers pieced it up and all that type of shit, like, fuckers ain't. You know what I mean? And he said, I fucked your wife and all that type of shit. And that, man, shit nigga would apologize. Queen Knight said it's good. He apologized. Who are y'all? Who are these? Who raised y'all? Let's see. Hang on. XO the MC said, "This is the art of rap, and both understand what was happening. It's I'm better than you competition. This is hip hop. People talk beef with lack of understanding. This was a soft nigga that copped out of this sanctioned match." Factoroni. I concur. Thank you for your donation, Expo the MC. Michelle Williams, thank you for your donation. She said, "You always kept it real. You are so cool. Teach me how to be cool like you. Newark, New Jersey loves you and Ra." Well, that's what's up. Thank you. And we love Newark, New Jersey. Shout out to Ambassadors with some of the best fried fish that you're going to find around this motherfucker. Oh, man. Me and my brother love that Ambassadors, boy. But thank you. I appreciate you, Michelle. I appreciate everyone for your donations. Thank you. You see, I actually spend my shit on, you know what I mean? Production value and shit like that. So anyway, listen. I was trying to get to talking about the earthquake. So I'm outside and I just got finished walking the dogs. And I'm in front of the crib. And all of a sudden, what only thing I could describe it as, it kind of sounded like a train was approaching, right? Sound like a train was approaching. Peace, Aleem Workfield. He also said he'll murderer them niggas, etc. Okay. I'm moving on from that shit. Thank you, but fuck them. So it felt like a train. Then I'm like, yo, I'm feeling like fucking houses around me is starting to shake. And I'm like, I've been in an earthquake before out in Cali and shit. So I'm kind of knowing what this is feeling familiar to me. I'm like, is this a fucking, and before I could really like finish saying earthquake in my mind, now I'm seeing the cars and shit fucking shaking and shit. And I'm like, oh, nah, this is a fucking earthquake. Like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? But then people's talking about some people talking about they didn't feel nothing. You know what I mean? Then other people's like, now some people's running outside though, and now they're like, oh, you know what I mean? You feel that? And I'm like, yo, it's right here. The cars are shaking out this motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I definitely felt the shit. Where I was at, I'd say it would lasted a good 20 seconds, maybe. And then a little later on, there was a slight aftershock that came through. And for that one, I more like felt the windows shaking because I was inside for that one. I felt like the windows start shaking more than I really felt the ground shaking. But yeah, it was quite an experience to feel that in New York. Eric Doug said, flat earthquake? Yeah, goddamn right it is. Why you think they call it tectonic plates? What's a plate? Look, they don't call them tectonic balls. Okay? It's a tectonic plate, sir. That was also going to get to one of my points about this earthquake. But thank you for helping me segue into that. First of all, this earthquake was felt from about Baltimore all the way up to Boston, right? Meaning that expanse, you felt the earth moving under you, right? But any other time when they ask, well, why don't we feel ourselves spinning on supposed ball? They'll tell you that the earth is too big for you to feel it. Well, how is it too big for you to feel it spinning, but it's not too big for you to feel it moving under your feet? I'll wait. Answer. Because we would feel the slightest movement, especially if we were spinning at 1,037 and a third miles per hour. But we feel nothing because there's nothing to feel. One of stationary level pillars, and at times there is a shifting of the plates. They even describe them as plates that shift over each other, parallel type of plates, not round balls, but plates, tectonic plates. Yep. But anyway, so yeah, did y'all feel it? Did you not feel it? Because I definitely felt that shit. Oh no, it's not localized energy. It's absolutely not localized. If you're feeling it from Baltimore to Boston, that's not localized. So sorry, Will Till, but yeah, it's not a good answer. Not a good answer. Oh. Also, did y'all see the eclipse? Did y'all watch the eclipse? No, it's not some white people shit solo dolo. The ball is some white people shit, actually. Copernicus made that up. So watch your fucking mouth. Anyway. Yeah, the eclipse. They said the next one will be in 20 years or some shit like that, right? Solar eclipse. First of all, if you didn't have the glasses, you couldn't even see the shit. Like, I was thinking that it was going to be like dark out this motherfucker. Track phone virtual, thank you. He said, you ever think anyone who's gone to Jamaica has ever been like, hey, we like turn off some of this reggae music for a little while? I'm not sure what you mean, sir, but okay. Anyway, they were acting like it was going to be 90% coverage here in New York. So I'm thinking like it's going to get mad dark outside. You know what I mean? Like it should anyway. But that wasn't the case. It still looked like the sun was out. It only was until one of my neighbors let me hold the glasses is where you can see how the sun looked, partially covered and shit like that. Did y'all expect? Well, then, get out of here, Will Till. Fuck out of here. Bye. If you can't do it, you ain't got to do it. But you ain't gonna be in here with your laughing emojis and act like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? On something you ain't never studied. Like, get the fuck out of here. XO the MC, I came up under and was taught by the gods of rap like yourself. Can you educate everyone on the difference between beef and battle rap, please? I mean, certainly beef. Beef is some real shit. Beef is like when people get hurt. When people get cut, stabbed, shot, you know what I mean? Killed, put in the hospital, fucking legs and arms broken. That's what happens in beef. You know what I mean? In a rap battle, motherfuckers come up with the illest shit to say against another motherfucker. You know what I mean? Come up with different rhyme schemes, all this type of shit, present it in a way so that the crowd will feel that it's going to be entertaining and all of this type of shit. And at the end of that, motherfuckers go home. Okay? That's the difference between beef and a rap battle. And some of y'all don't know how to differentiate the two. Y'all believe that any kind of differences of opinion is a beef. It's not. It's not. Even if they call themselves each other bitch ass niggas within those rap battles, as long as it doesn't cross the line into beef, where, you know what I mean? People are getting physically touched, you know what I mean? Then it's not beef. Okay? So XO the MC, I hope that helps. I hope people understand. And yeah. Ultra Instinct said, no glasses. I want that old dirty raw sunlight for my irises. I hear you. Now what I will say, right? Listen, we gotta part of learning is unlearning, right? And not taking nothing on face value, right? So first of all, you know, as somebody that knows what I know, no, that's not true, Leon Brown. What are you talking about? Everybody would see the eclipse. First of all, the sun is not as far as away as you're talking about. If it was, everybody would see the sun at all times. The whole fucking planet half the planet would be lit up. That's not how it works. And they actually showed y'all the path of the sun. They showed you the path of how the sun was moving across the United States and what degree of eclipse you would see. They actually showed you how the sun was moving, not us. But it's ironic that y'all could watch that and not really even let that register. But here's something that didn't really register for me until, like, I really thought about it. And y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. But just take it in. So they tell us that during an eclipse, right, that the moon is what is passing in front of the sun, right? And that's what's blocking out the sun. Okay. And we've accepted that for a long time. But then let's just use our common sense for a second here. First off, we're able to see the moon in the daytime. When we look up at the moon in the daytime, you can see right through it. You can see the blue sky. And then when it turns nighttime, you can see black through it at times, and you can see stars and all that type of shit through the moon. So number one, that would lead you to believe if you really know the science, because it's not a rock like they would like you to say. But anyway, that the moon is transparent, right? Now let's just say it's transparent. Or even if it wasn't transparent, right? We're able to usually see the moon in the sky. So why did we not see the moon approaching the sun, covering it, and as it crossed, moving away, and then visibly being able to see the moon? And what moon phase were we in at this time as well? What was the moon phase at that time? Were we in a full moon? It's just something to think about. Now, I don't know what is really blocking the sun. If it's not the moon, could it be the black sun that they talk about? I don't know. But if you think about it, why didn't we see the moon approaching the sun and then moving away from the sun? Do we have an explanation for this? No, the sun, it's not that the sun is far brighter than the moon. We see the sun and the moon in the daytime all the time. We see them all the time. The sun be out and then the moon be out sometimes. You know what I'm saying? When it gets to, 4 o'clock, let's say, there's times where you can see the sun and the moon out at the same time. If the moon was approaching the sun, you're not going to tell me that, oh, the sun is so damn bright that we could not see the moon at all as it approached. The moon's not transparent, then why do you see the blue sky through it in the daytime, sir? Please explain. What are you seeing at that time? That's right, Ray Brown. Thank you. That's all you got to do. Instead of snap questions and feeling like you got to be quick to answer some shit that you don't really know, do like Ray Brown. I got to do some research to answer that question. I appreciate that, Ray Brown. I appreciate that. Because that's what we all need to do. Instead of just assuming that we know some shit that these motherfuckers drilled in your head in 3rd grade. Yeah. Let's just start looking into certain things now as adults. Okay? Oh, yeah? Solo Dolo, I need to sign up for a physics class. Why? So they can lie to me about certain things, about how certain things operate in the world? Because the white man knows best, right? And his physics classes are the ones that, that's what it is. We got to believe everything he tells us, right? Do you want to get put on timeout? Watch your mouth. Keep it to yourself. Where can you watch Old World Order? That's my man. That's my man Sean Hibbler's movie. Go to Sean Hibbler. I don't think the movie's out yet. That was just a trailer for it. But it's coming. It's coming. Okay. Celeb Nils, what's good? I just saw my man Celeb out in the world. Celeb said they literally have a world police that stops you from exploring the planet. Y'all better wake up. Thank you, Celeb. Literally. Yeah, shout out to Celeb Neils. I just seen him at the what was it? My man Scrams was DJing at some shit in Manhattan for one of the kids from the Power Show was having a birthday party or some shit like that. I was up in there with my brother Reality, and I seen the homie Celeb Neils up in there. We did what we did. We did what we do. Violated the spot, just started lighting up. You know. Wasn't nobody else smoking in there neither. You know what I mean? It was like, fuck it. We gonna christen this motherfucker. It is what it is. You know what I mean? And a person stepped to us like, could you put that out? Nope. I can't. Yeah, but nah, that was a good night. So yeah, that's all I wanted to drop on you. And oh, here's also what I wanted to drop on you, right? Because a lot of y'all motherfuckers be like talking about, oh, Jamar's a conspiracy theorist, right? You talk about conspiracy theorists, right? As if having a theory about a conspiracy is a bad thing, right? And it made me think, right? You know when y'all love conspiracy theorists? When it's the police. You know who's a conspiracy theorist? A detective. An investigator of a crime. You see, because they're not a part of the crime. So they don't have all the information on the crime. There's only clues and evidence that a crime has been committed. And you expect that investigator to go out there and do his due diligence to try to investigate these clues to see if his theory about the crime is correct. Up until that time, that he has a confession from the criminal, or he's got actual, documentation. These motherfuckers is conspiracy theorists, and you love them. You love them. You want these conspiracy theorists working on the murder case of your family member, coming up with different scenarios of how to figure this shit out. Thank you, Mo. Get it. Peace and love to you. Appreciate you. Conspire, Leon. Yeah, but here's the thing. He said, yup, verifiable evidence. Yup. And you have no verifiable evidence that you're on a spinning ball. Only something that somebody told you. There's actually verifiable evidence that you're not moving. But a lot of times, again, the detective doesn't have verifiable evidence while he's conducting the investigation. He has leads. The family's like, have you caught him yet? No, we have leads. I'm not sure. We think it may be these guys from this area, but we're not sure. But we know there's a crime has been committed. We know that. We know lies have been told. We know that. But while you're in the midst of an investigation of a crime, of the murder of truth, don't come to me with all this bullshit and these labels to try to defuse or try to make negligent someone's efforts in trying to find the truth. And you don't have to go to a police investigation school or any kind of school for that matter to investigate something. That's human nature to investigate. That's what we do. You don't need nobody's piece of paper that says, okay, now you can officially look into things out here in the world. You're qualified. No, you're qualified just as a human being. Okay? So, to all my investigators out there, shout out to y'all. You know who the fuck you are. That's right. Oh, definitely A1 Drizzy. Hey, yo, shout out to my man 5 Mics. I'm going to bring him on the show soon. He got the new joint, New Vuitton Dawn. Just dropped the video. Go check that out. Yeah. That's my dude. Truly Zambian said, a moment to salute my brothers and sisters who are this evening marking the end of the fasting period. Made it through the entire month and did not waver. Respect. Solo Dolo said, Jamar, keep it real. You ever been to them Diddy parties back in the 90s? Absolutely, but not the ones you're talking about. I've been to the public parties. See, what Diddy was a party promoter at one point. Okay. He used to throw parties at this place called the Red Zone. But that was one of the main places. But he used to be all over throwing parties. Him and this broad named Jessica Rosenblum. Okay. And they used to have some of the best parties, like in New York City. And I guess they took their shit on the road or whatever. But these were not no fucking freak parties. This was not no freak off shit. This was in regular clubs with regular people and regular celebrities. Like, it was some hip hop shit, you know what I mean? But it was upscale hip hop shit. But the DJs was rocking. There always used to be a lot of broads, and you know what I mean? It was a good look as far as parties are concerned. But it was nothing like no, you know what I mean? No mansion shit where you open the door and some freak off shit is going on. It was none of that type of shit. I ain't never been to none of those type of parties ever in my life, anywhere, ever. You know what I mean? Not with a celebrity, not regular people, nothing. I ain't never fucking been to no freaky shit like that. So, yeah, Solo Dolo. A lot of people have been to the Diddy parties. Shit, I think Digga was on here. Digga said she'd been to the Diddy parties back in the days, but not the infamous freak offs. We ain't go to those. Oh, who's saying dumb shit like this? With a powerful telescope, you can see from New York to Madrid, but that's not possible due to the curvature of the... No, that's not why. It's only due to the atmosphere. atmospheric conditions at some point act like a fucking a piece of glass, and the farther you go, the more atmosphere there is, until eventually you can't see a certain distance. So knock it off. It has nothing to do with curvature. I hate when people just make shit up and think a motherfucker don't know who's actually studied. It's fucking ridiculous. Going down in history as the diddler is diabolical. Yeah, it is diabolical. It is diabolical. Solo Dolo said I need to get on Club Shay Shay. I mean, why? Why? Somebody said Ray J has booty goons. I feel like I heard some shit like that out his own mouth. Yeah, didn't he threaten Fab with some shit like that? Cheyenne, why are you making things up? Yes, it would. Times are different. Yes, because the sun is moving around. That's why the times are different. It's moving around the plate. Okay? And it only shines at certain places. It doesn't, the sun has only, the light has a certain distance. It doesn't fucking, you know what I mean? Shine over the whole thing like you are imagining. Because, first of all, it's not as big as they say it is, and it's not as far as away. Okay? It's right here in our atmosphere with us. Okay? Stop with you're trying to like make up shit in your mind, like, oh, it would be different if you think about it. No, you haven't actually thought about it. That's why you're saying this now. Ay, 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 ay.